Hey there, welcome aboard Concrete Contractors. This is Danny Barrera again for another episode of your Concrete Success Podcast. And if you're listening to this episode right now, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching this on YouTube. And if you have not yet subscribed to our channel on YouTube, go to youtube.com and look for Concrete Marketing Crew. Hit that subscribe button and go ahead and look through some of our videos. I am sharing a ton of information and you will continue to see me show up here via this media as well as the podcasts. So if you like listening to podcasts on Stitcher, you can go to Stitcher, or Spotify, you can go to Spotify. If you like going to the good old Apple podcasts and look for or listen to your podcasts there, you can look for your Concrete Success Podcast there. So excited to have you here. And today's conversation, we're going to talk about this SEO, search engine optimization, still matter for decorative concrete contractors. Does SEO still matter for concrete contractors? And here's the conversation. Look, this is part of our presentation, the new SEO 2021 formula for decorative concrete contractors. If you're interested in watching the full webinar presentation, you could just go to concretemarketingcrew.com/SEO, and you're going to see a button right there that says watch free webinar, and you can watch the entire presentation. We go in depth into this specific topic there, and this is for concrete contractors and decorative concrete contractors. This applies to you guys. So let's get right into it. So here's a conversation. Does SEO still matter? So I want to share some real interesting data. So SEO, search engine optimization, is part of our full concrete marketing plan for concrete contractors. This is a whole proven process. We did not just pull this out of thin air here. This is a proven process to help concrete contractors wherever they find themselves in their business cycle to get found online, number one. Number two is become a trusted concrete contractor and generate more leads. And not just generate more leads, but once you have leads, how do you convert those leads? Well, this marketing plan really encompasses every area under one umbrella. So that being said, this is step number 3, SEO dominance, and the conversation about search engine optimization really falls under that umbrella there. So again, if you're interested in watching the webinar presentation, just go to concretemarketingcrew.com/SEO. S as in Sam, E, and then O, and you're going to get access to that there. So if you don't know who I am the founder of Concrete Marketing Crew, Danny Barrera, also the author of the digital concrete marketing plan, where I share the entire strategy in the blueprint that we've run for concrete contractors to help them stand out online. Also the host of your Concrete Success Podcast, which is, if you're listening to this right now, this is who we are, an associate member of the American Society of Concrete Contractors. And I have spoken at the Concrete Decor show, and that was a very fun experience. Also, other industry events across the United States. I'm a published author, and articles that you can find in the concrete industry. One of them is the Concrete Decor magazine. You can go ahead and check out those articles there. Also, I help other digital agencies learn proven processes to run their own marketing agencies, ethical digital marketing agencies. So I'm very heavily involved in that world there, and I teach them. But this information is irrelevant here. You are here to learn whether SEO still matters for concrete contractors. And let's go ahead and just look through some data here. I thought that would be interesting. So what you're looking at right now, if you can see this screen here, it's just a quick screen grab of the Google search results. And this is something interesting that I think you should pay attention to, that whenever you make a search for concrete contractor services, so say you're looking for concrete contractors and you are in Dallas, for example, make that search. The first results that come up on the top section is the Google Ads section. And underneath the Google Ads section is going to be the Google Maps section, which is also known as the Google My Business listings. And then usually there are 3 listings. Google has been testing out different formats recently where now they're showing up 2 listings instead of 3. And also they have been adding the Google Ads extension where there's another Maps listing that comes up where there are 4 results instead of 3. But when we look at this box here, there are 3 Google Maps listings, and then underneath that we have the organic search results. So when we add up the top 6 organic positions, the top 3 on the maps, which you see there, and the 3 in the organic, the top 3 in the organic, those 6 positions grab a total of 71% of clicks on average. Now that's a lot. Now where does the rest of the clicks go? Well, I've spoken about this before. Partially, some of those clicks go into the Google Ads section on the top, also towards the bottom. Some of them click into either the images that come up in the rest of the organic search results. So ranking on Google search, if you've tried SEO in the past and it hasn't worked, it's because either you've never made it to the top 3 positions of the organic search, or you've never come up on the top 3 positions of the Google Maps, and you've never experienced, because that's where the majority of the real clicks that convert go. So that is the goal. If there is no proven process, there are not going to be any results. Really, you're just going to be winging it. So let's talk about where the majority of the clicks and where we really focus on here at Concrete Marketing for Concrete Contractors, and that is in getting you positioned in the top in either or on the top 5 search results. So a lot, usually what you can do is rank the website for one position. There are cases where we're able to rank our Concrete Contractors for multiple properties. So say their Facebook page, say their LinkedIn page, or one of the articles that we've written for them in different areas, and rank that property plus your website in the organic and get those to rank in the top 3. So as you see there, we stack those results up, but usually what we do is we rank one property, which is your website, in the organic search results, and we rank your Google My Business listing in the top 3 of the Google Maps search results. Now, when you get there, that combination is lethal. That's really where the magic starts happening, and you start generating leads all the time from Google search. So if you've ever heard any contractor really say, hey man, we get the majority of our leads from Google, that is basically what they're saying, is they are showing up and they are coming up on the maps section in the top search results of the Google Ads or the Google organic, excuse me. So on the top of the Google Maps and on top of the Google organic search results. And that, when you take the top 5 positions and you tally up what percentages go and click on those specific positions, it's about 67%. 67%, okay, will click on the first 5 results. Now, that's a big number. And like I said before, the rest will either click on the Google Ads or the rest of the organic search results. Sometimes you will get images. So as you can see there, yes, SEO, search engine optimization, still matters and is very powerful for concrete contractors, especially if you want to stop relying on getting or buying leads from lead vendors. If you're getting pitched all the time about, hey, can you handle an extra 12 jobs, right? And you get those messages all the time. Well, what these guys are doing is really they are ranking their own properties, and they're trying to find a contractor that they can rent these websites, or they can send the leads to. And what happens is, when you really start thinking about this on a long term, your business is nowhere to be found still, right? You're still not getting results for your SEO. You're still not getting results for your business. You're not in a power position. You're still dependent. You're still buying leads. So you want to get to a position of power in business, you have to own your marketplace with your own business properties. And that's why we're very, very strong about building a full concrete marketing plan that handles and takes care of your organic search results as well as your Google My Business listing search results. So what I want to do right now is talk a little bit about the discussion and the difference between SEO, search engine optimization, local SEO, and Google My Business optimization. Are those 3 things the same thing, or are they different? SEO versus local SEO versus Google My Business optimization. And I'm going to tell you what the difference is here in a moment. So let me just exit this screen and see if I can pull up Google right now. And there you go. So again, if you're interested in finding out more information at Concrete Marketing Crew, you just go to concretemarketingcrew.com/SEO. And then in there, you're going to find a guide, the free internet marketing guide for concrete contractors. You can download it there, or there's a link for the free webinar where you can watch the free webinar and learn more about our SEO process more in depth. So when we go to google.com, let me take you there right now. And if I'm looking for a concrete contractor in Dallas, concrete contractor, okay, Dallas, Texas. See, this is the first result that comes up. You can see we get the Google Maps listing right here, Google Maps search results. And like I said before, and I mentioned, there is the ad, okay, insertion in there, which if you are running Google ads and you're not on the maps, but you want to get there, we can help you also get your business there with the right properties and the right ad setup, Google ad setup. And then underneath that is the organic or the maps listing. So Google My Business Optimization, to clarify, really is dedicated to optimizing your Google My Business listing so that your business comes up here in the map search results. Okay, let me clarify that again. Let me just make that 100% clear. You want to show up on the Google Maps? The good old SEO strategy is not going to directly impact your Google Maps results. Now, is it going to indirectly impact? Yes, but directly impact? Not really. So when you are speaking with a digital marketing agency, a couple of things that you need to know is, number one, do they have experience in ranking concrete contractors? Number two is, do they know the right categories where you need to get found? Do they know the right descriptions that you should be using for your services? Do they know how to structure your website properly? And we're going to talk about that on the webinar. Structure your website properly so you show up not just for one keyword, but for multiple keywords. Ultimately, you want to show up for every service in that dedicated service area. So the second thing I want to address is this listings that you see here in the maps. Okay, I am making this search from South Florida. Okay, I'm making this search. However, I put what we call the geo-modified file, which is Dallas, Texas, Dallas TX, concrete contractor Dallas TX. This tells Google, hey, I'm looking for concrete contractors here in this specific city, right? So this is Dallas, Texas. So I will not see a listing, a Google My Business listing from someone in Houston. And it's very, very, very rarely for me to find someone that will get their listing to show up here from within a Google Ads extension here. So, you know, it's possible sometimes, like you can see Grand Prairie, this is right there in Texas as well. But what we see here in the Google Maps is the results that come up are from businesses in Dallas, Texas. So when we talk about dominating your search results on the Google My Business maps, on the Google Maps, we're talking about really expanding that digital footprint and the results that come up in that specific city where the Google My Business is set up. Now, what if you are in the greater metropolitan area and there are a lot of pockets surrounding that specific city where there are ways to get your business set up, but say that you have 3 locations and one is Houston, one is Dallas, another one is Fort Worth, you will most likely not be able to do that. You will not be able to use the Dallas listing to show up in Houston, right? You will not be able to use the different city locations to show up in a different geographical location. So just get that straight up. And for that one reason, again, you need to understand how to properly set up your Google My Business listing where your office is located. And it does help if you are based in the central area of the city, but it does not mean that you cannot rank there. We do this all the time for concrete contractors, so that just becomes irrelevant as long as you do have a business location in the specific city that you want to show up on the maps. That is where you're going to get. Now, let's talk about population. What we recommend is your Google My Business listing. The address there is on a population of over 75,000 or more. Otherwise, you coming up on the top 3, you are not going to really feel the results of you coming up there on the top 3. It's going to be a hit or miss. It's going to be very light. Yes, you might start getting a couple of leads a week versus a couple of leads a day. That is the difference of you showing up on the maps. So, versus, we've seen it happen time and time again where contractors in certain areas where really there's not that much demand, they are showing up everywhere on their maps, but they're not getting results. And look, that's part of our concrete marketing strategy session where we walk concrete contractors through the process and show them, hey, look, this is the demand, these are the real expectations, and this is what you can expect to generate as far as leads from this type of rankings on the Google Maps. So again, that's the Google Maps optimization, covers just the maps. Does not cover your website organic search results. So local SEO, let's talk about local SEO. A couple of things I want to talk about. So search engine optimization is to optimize your organic search results from your website. And when we're talking about local SEO, it's really relevant and tied into specific locations. So local SEO, that means that we can optimize your website to show up in different locations because it's for specific location-based optimization of the website. So when you have different service areas, for example, and we're looking at cowboy contractors here, they're showing up great in Dallas, Texas. But say that I want to see. Let me see how they rank in here. If we do this, concrete contractors, and this is what's the name of the city? Grapevine, Texas. Let's see if they come up there. You can see we look at the top 3 organic search results and they are not coming up in the organic search results. However, they're dominating Dallas, right? You saw it right there. They're coming up on top. But we look at the specific city of Grapevine, which they do mention on the website. They are not showing up there. So they are not optimizing for local in that specific area. So that is the difference. And when we talk about search engine optimization, it's really optimizing your entire website so that you rank higher. So one is localized, it's specific to ranking on a location, versus the other one it's just for the general entity of your business, for your business name, for all the information that's relevant to you. And that's very important too, because there are going to be, as you start growing and your company expands and you have trucks running out there, you're going to have people searching your business by name and you want to come up everywhere. So you want to make sure that you have a full strategy that covers the search engine optimization the right way, all the foundational elements that you need to have, the website structure, and then the local SEO strategy for showing up and ranking in different locations for all the services that you offer, and a different strategy for your Google Maps listing. So that is the biggest difference there between all of those. And what I'd like you to do is that if you're interested in finding out more information, go ahead and visit concretemarketingcrew.com today and download our free internet marketing guide or our checklist, and visit the SEO page, the search engine optimization page, concretemarketingcrew.com/SEO, and watch the full webinar if you're interested. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to us and we can certainly help you rank higher on the search engines, on Google search, and on the Google My Business search results. Until next time, thank you so much for listening in to your Concrete Success podcast and to Concrete Marketing Crew's YouTube channel. This is Danny Barrera, over and out. Have a great rest of your day.